Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo.
Sets up Mutemwa, easy goal, into the back of the net, Sammy Mutemwa, with his child in attendance, gets the scoring going early, 14:22 to go in the first quarter. Kozak to Derzic, outside, curler to the upper 90. Oh, bicycle kick. What a beautiful play by Beck and Derzic. Good evening, soccer fans, Crunch fans, Mustang fans, everywhere, wherever you are watching or listening to us here tonight. It is another MLIS matchup between the home team Cleveland Crunch at their home of the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio, against the visiting rivals from Chicago, the Mustangs. The Crunch come in at 3-0, the Mustangs 2-1 early in league play, but we know that these two teams, when they match up, fireworks are about to hit, so we are getting set for all of that here tonight on the Go Live Sportscast, also the official home of Cleveland Crunch Soccer on the radio for your audio on WOBL Lorain County, 107.7 FM, 1320 AM, and online at WOBLradio.com. And that cannot happen without the great folks over at Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village. So we thank them and plenty of partners with the Crunch we'll be thanking throughout. I am Kevin Arnold. I am the voice of the Crunch, and joining me on color commentary here tonight, the one, the only, Gianluca Di Giacomo.
Yes, sir. Great to be here, Kevin. Let me tell you, it's been cold, it's been dreary, it's been miserable outside. You come in here, you feel the warm, bubbly environment of this Cleveland Crunch game. Match day 4, home match day 2. It is a phenomenal change of pace. Let me tell you something.
Absolutely. It is a change of pace. It almost felt balmy outside today, but it doesn't matter because we are indoors and you are about to see some great indoor soccer action. We will try to go through some of the stuff. If you are new to the game because you've heard how great this team is, the championship team in the Cleveland Crunch, a championship contender in the Chicago Mustangs every single year, you are in for a treat, and we will walk you through all of that here tonight. Let's walk you through the starters if you didn't get a chance to hear those in the start of the broadcast for the visiting Chicago Mustangs. In goal, it is Alexis Garcia. On defense, Sergei Wozniak and Jose Ibarra. In the midfield, Gabriel Jurado and Dario Gamboa. And up top, it is AJ Sabanovic. As we are underway here in the first quarter for the Crunch, they will start normal. Mario Musa in net. Bobby Chanchar, Dave Jordan, your captain on defense. Aiden Bozak, Admir Suljevic in the midfield. And Mikey Derzic playing up top at forward. Both teams running the 2-2-1 formation. And if you're new to the game, 2-2-1, you count from the defense back up to the front. So 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 1 forward for both teams. Crunch play at midfield as they go right to left away from us as we are on the far end of the Soccer Sportsplex here tonight. Musa will come out of net at the yellow line in the defensive half, all the way down to Derzic in the deep corner on the far side. Over to Bozak, try to find it off the wall. Good defense there by Gamboa. And here come the Mustangs. Jordan will step. Musa just couldn't get his mitts to that one. That one goes wide. And Mustangs will collect just over midfield, and they will come again. Mustangs in their dark blue uniforms, light blue lettering and numbers with some of their partners on the side, the MLIS logo on the left, and the dark blue shorts. Cruncher in their home whites with the red trim down the arms, the black lettering and numbers, and of course the white shorts, red striping, and black numbers on the right hip. Musa calls for it, and he will send that the other way. As the Crunch completely changed, except for Jordan, he will stay on. He'll look to make a substitution here in just a minute for head coach Antonio Manfoot. 14-3 in his career as the head coach, including 2-0 in the playoffs last year to win the MLIS championship for their 5th in league history. Garcia collects off the wall. Piwu tried to get that one. It is Gabriel Piwu, Sammy Mutemwa, McCain Spragling, Omar Najjar, and Brendan Swan getting some early action here in the first rotation. Aldo Jimenez on it to Garcia. He's trying to come down here to Christopher Correa, and a foul on Correa, on Swan. So the Crunch go the other way, going away from us down to the other side. 12:40 left, no score here in the first quarter. Omar Najjar playing a 1-2 with Brendan Swan right at the midfield stripe. Najjar finds Spragling up the far wall. Back to Najjar as the Crunch look to work it around as the Mustangs bring all 5 defenders back, looking for that early turnover, and here they come on the break. Mutemwa, shoulder to shoulder. No call there. Chicago bench wanting that one, but no call. Nestor Dominguez, their leading goal scorer. Good defense there by Mutemwa, even in the defense, and now the Crunch can go the other way. Piwu, good trap off his chest. Along the near wall, tries to turn, gets away, tried to find Jonas Schmidt coming in for the goal, but not able to do so. But here it is, a chance for Piwu, and a great save by Garcia. Got big and able to deflect that one away. Crunch looking for that high press to try to win back the ball as early as they can. Mustangs happy to sit back, win it about midfield, and go on the attack with their speed. They have always brought speed here to the soccer Sportsplex, and that is part of their game. Chanchar against his fellow number 2, Stephen McIntosh, and he wins that battle back to Musa. 11-21 here in the opening quarter. Crunch 0, Mustangs 0 from Chicago.
Yeah, so far, Kevin, it's just looked like a bit of a bumping of heads. Not a whole lot going on shot-wise. One solid look from the Mustangs, but that's about it. But you see how compact this team plays.
Schmidt off the wall. Great pass by Jordan. Now he'll get double-teamed. Parker Cesar, that is, trying to come help his teammate. Now 3 Mustang defenders. Chanchar back to Jordan. They got space on the right-hand side, playing along the left-hand side. Right now, Jordan will take a rip just over the upper 90, and here comes McIntosh. Jordan, great positioning to shield off McIntosh and get in the way. Chanchar now with it. Mikey Derizic back in. Bozak, Cesar, Najar, Chanchar. All in. Musa calling out where the runs are coming from, where the defenders are coming from. Derizic double team on the far wall. Najar tries to come to help. Here comes a 3rd Mustang defender, and all the way back. Can Bozak win the race? He does, against, I have a number 8, but not a number 8 listed on their roster for what we were given. And a goal! Mikey Derizic says, put my name on that score sheet. We know his name, and Mikey Derizic makes it 1-0. 10:06 to go, opening quarter.
Solid stuff. A couple deflections looking around on that one, but Kevin, the good teams capitalize on those mistakes. In the middle, if you want someone clinical, you go to Mikey Derizic, and that is a class finish to start. 5 minutes in, and the Crunch have already broken the deadlock. That is exactly what you want to see if you're Antonio Monfoot on the bench tonight.
So 1-0 Crunch. So we get back underway. Ramon Orozco. Now Garcia gets pressure, Spraggling trying to rip, and again, and that one just somehow Garcia let that roll along his back, his shoulders, everything, and finally collected it to go the other way. Now the Mustangs, back to Orozco.
Let's go, Crunch. Let's
all the way over to the near side, right down to our left. As Jerry Perez wins it. And they'll keep moving the ball around. A little bit more ball pressure from the Crunch. Mustangs willing to sit back as deep as they can against this high-powered offense from the Crunch. Orozco near midfield on his defensive half. Now they will come over into the Crunch area and work that back and forth as the Crunch try to push them higher and higher. Brendan Swan with a push on the far side away from the play. Didn't need to do it, really. 8:54, clock stops. 1-0 Crunch. Now the Mustangs try to use their goalkeeper as an extra attacker here. Cesar on the sprint. Garcia able to get away. Now tries to find a passing lane. Header over to McIntosh. Against Jordan, Swan will come to help. Far wall just below us. Musa looking for a call at a stalemate here as the ball just gets stuck along the wall and looking for someone to poke it out. They do. Musa will collect the errant pass and try to find Piwu. Great defense though by Orozco. Rip off the block from Jordan. That was Perez on the shot. Now Spragling. What a pass from Swan to get that around Perez. He had no idea where that ball was. And now a deep ball to Cesar. Trying to play it off the wall. Garcia kind of backed into Cesar. Give him a little leniency even outside of his box. And now 8:01 left here in quarter number 1. Crunch on top 1-0. Here comes Perez. Gets tripped up, and they will call the foul. Crunch and Mustangs will make a lot of substitutions. So now, as we get back underway, 1-0. Mustangs looking for a little offense. They had the early shot against Musa that he couldn't reach. It would have been past him, but it hit off the post. And now the Crunch with that lead. Giannis Schmidt just off the block of Garcia, and then off the wall, off the post, and then a block. Oh my goodness, Najar had it on the extra deflection. Giannis Schmidt tried to put home his own shot and deflection, couldn't do so. Garcia standing tall in net already for the Mustangs with this offense that just likes to come at you constantly throughout the match.
Yeah, and that is an astonishing feat of goalkeeping there from Garcia. Like we said, there are so many guys coming at you, so many guys that can fire shots from varying distances. I mean, this Crunch team, they're hard to wrap your heads around, Kevin. Sometimes all you got to do is stand there and give it your best shot, and Garcia's been doing that so far.
We're going to need to get some number corrections as we go here, because there are some numbers out here we do not have listed on our roster here tonight for the Mustangs. We'll try to make sure we represent them the best way we can, but a timeout comes with 6:52 to go. Crunch leading 1-0, and we got to thank, of course, the sponsor you see across the front of the Crunch uniforms here tonight, Freeman, Damiano, and Smith. When it comes to personal injury law, experience matters. You've heard them, you've seen them all over your TV screens, all over your radios before. Freeman, Damiano, and Smith is recognized as one of Ohio's leading personal injury law firms. Decades of expertise. Our team has successfully handled even most complex cases that we have ever seen. From the moment you call, our attorneys are by your side. What better than that, to have someone that's in it for you and not just in it to get through the case. They are in it for you. They are staying by your side, answering your questions, keeping you involved every step of the way. Whether it's negotiating a favorable settlement or securing a jury verdict, we're committed to fighting for the best outcome for you. Call Freeman, Damiano, and Smith at 216-621-0070. That's 216-621-0070. Today, the help you need is just one simple phone call away. So as we look to get back underway out of this timeout here at the Soccer Sportsplex, Kevin Arnold alongside Gianluca Di Giacomo, our Go Live Sportscast team, courtesy of LPV Productions, doing all the camera work and, of course, your audio on WOBL Radio 107.7 FM, AM 1320, and WOBLradio.com. Thanks to Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village. Crunch on top 1-0. Early impressions, Gianluca.
Yeah, I mean, from what we see so far, it's very clear, it's very evident that Chicago is one of the more experienced teams in this league, Kevin. They've watched plenty of Crunch film, and they know the deadliest part of this team is their off-ball runs. They're congesting the middle and making it a lot harder for this team to create some space in and behind the defense.
Mustangs looking to go on the attack, drop back, and now Jordan able to collect the errant pass again. Derzic coming the other way. Bozak got some space on the far side. He'll take a rip, and looked like Jordan was on the back post. It just did not fall for him directly. Derzic tried to rip that one home, and he is down in some pain off the back heel flick from Suljevic. And our physician here tonight, Desmond Holmes, may have to come out and check on him. Nope, he will be able to get up and just take a little bit of a respite on the far side. As Pibu will check in for him. Looked like he was holding his ankle a little bit, now his face as well. So a couple knocks there. No, don't want to speculate on any sort of injuries. Looks like he is ready to go. He has his water bottle right at the spot. When I was down there during pregame, he was very clear, was Mikey Derzic today. I want that water bottle, and I want it just to the right of the door when I walk through. It better be on my left when I turn around and start watching this game again. Ooh. Shot coming across from Piwu, trying to see if someone could poke that one home. Garcia had a good angle. Bozak tried to rip from the air, kind of a half scissor kick. Chanchar keeping the pressure on. Bozak will collect, and this is exactly why they start out with the passing drill that they do, whether it's on the ground or up in the air. That first touch off that pass is so critical for this team as they take things 1 quarter time for the crunch. Mustangs looking for a little bit of offensive momentum, trailing 1-0, 5:44 to go. Mustangs have to feel pretty fortunate right now to be in this one with the pressure of the crunch has put on this opening quarter.
Yeah, 100%. We see that the numbers game is something they're focusing on defensively. You see Dave Jordan and Bobby Chanchar kind of sneaking their way up into the attack because of how many guys they have behind the ball. You know, that creates a lot of space, and it's a little bit risky of an operation. You know, I mean, this team, most of their defenders play more of a midfield role, but they play back there because they have that kind of versatility. So you never know when a shot's coming. We'll have to see what happens from here.
So now Mutemwa will step out after the free kick with Musa kicking it up into the upper netting. It was a great set piece opportunity for the Mustangs so far. Crunch handling it. Pressure still on for the Mustangs, and then Jimenez will kick it out of play. Christopher Correa will get a respite for the Mustangs as they'll bring on Stephen McIntosh. Omar Najjar now. Far side, near side of the field for us, far side for most of the fans here in a packed, I mean packed Sportsplex here tonight. Cleveland shows up and shows out for their crunch every single week, and this is so great to see. And I know the league, the MLIS, loves to see this, not just here, but places like Chicago and other places around, even up in Canada, who we will see next week as the crunch play host to the Canadian Crusaders. But a lot of time left to try to take care of the Mustangs. Mustangs looking to make a statement here tonight on the road. Garcia will take that from Mutemwa. And now Garcia will come out of net. Far side, far yellow line. 3 lines kind of cut that field into thirds. As kind of in the neutral zone are the Mustangs right now, those yellow lines. If you kick the ball all the way through the air over those yellow lines without someone touching it before it hits the ground, then it is a free kick opportunity right in front of goal for the opposing team. So in that neutral zone are the Mustangs in their own defensive half. Garcia, pressured by Mutemwa. Minnick comes on the sprint along the wall. Mustangs will win that one, and here they come. Ari Tellez starts the break. He was looking to substitute out, kind of stop the momentum of his own team. 3:37 left, first quarter. Crunch holding a 1-0 lead over the visiting Chicago Mustangs. Crunch 3-0 on the season already, trying to defend their league championship from last year, 5th in organization history. Mustangs looking to get to 3-1 today as they sit kind of near the top, not quite there yet, of the table here in MLIS. Step over, rip, and a great sliding block from Najjar on Gabriel Jurado. Jurado had a great step over, lost Spragling, but then Najjar, always someone else helping their teammate on the back end. There's never that extra path, just like there with Cesar. Now Derzic to Spragling, back to Cesar, trying to finish.
Goodness.
He will! A nutmeg goal! That is beautiful soccer right there, ladies and gentlemen. Parker Cesar from Spragling. 2:52 to go, 2-0 Crunch.
That's just a chef's kiss from everybody involved. You see Gabriel Jurado kind of spin himself into some trouble there. A couple simple layoff passes. That is an excellent find from McCain Spragling as well, playing that one across the slippery slope. And Cesar with a cool, composed finish. My goodness, it brings a tear to your eye, Kevin.
Give Spragling 2 assists now on the season. And for Parker, that is his 2nd goal on the early campaign. 2-0, 2:40 left here in quarter number 1. Garcia from his own goal mount looking to start some sort of attack. Crunch feel like they should be up bigger. Mustangs happy to be here, looking to go to the first quarter break, only trailing 2-0. 2:19, ticking first quarter clock. You feel the energy in this place. These teams know each other well. You can see what each team does on film. It doesn't matter. As long as you execute, you can beat anybody on any given night. Admir Suljevic, who was a game-time decision, kind of tweaked his groin muscle coming into this one, but giving it a go here tonight, trying to play facilitator, easing himself into the game. A lot of contact along that near wall as the Jar goes down, and it will be a free kick in a tight space along the wall, but the perfect player to take it in David Jordan with that valuable left foot.
That left foot, man. It's a deadly weapon. He's got to use it with care, but when we even saw it 2 weeks ago, that nasty shot he had with the left foot barreled into that bottom left corner. You could barely see it with the naked eye. Looks like he's not going to go for broke this time around, though.
No, a little too far away. Mustangs got all 5 of their players back to help out Garcia in net. 6v6 soccer. Piwu across, off the wall, somehow tipped away. That might have been Orozco. Playing a vital defensive effort. Actually, that was Javi Garcia. So Javi Garcia off the line, saving his goalkeeper and his team from going down 3-0. Now, other way, Jerry Perez. Far side, Mutemwa defending. Good block. That one stays in play, does not hit the upper netting. Takes a weird bounce, and Brendan Swan has to try to come clear it out. Piwu will get it to Bozak. He'll lead Piwu. Can he beat Garcia to the foot race? They come to the wall. Piwu goes down, then Garcia goes down. And Alexis Garcia, the keeper, able to collect. No calls there. 50 seconds now before we hit the quarter break. 2-0 Crunch. Looking to stay unbeaten on the campaign. They are 7-1 all time against the Mustangs. Mustangs getting a win in overtime, 8-7, a couple years back at their place. And since then, the Crunch have won these, but these have not been for the faint of heart, that is for sure. Great shot coming in, but Musa not challenged. Off the foot of the Mustangs, and then it goes into the upper netting, so it'll come right down below us in the center of the yellow line that you see on the field through the netting that surrounds this entire pitch. 20 seconds left. Mustangs looking to build some momentum going into the second quarter. Some early runs. Mustangs will take a rip right in to the wall, then off the side netting, so it'll be a kick from the far side of the field. 18 seconds now. They'll bring their lefty up. Official will move Sammy Mutemwa back in the proper position for a one-man wall. Musa calling it out, seeing where the runs are coming from. That right into the chest of Mutemwa, then tried on the deflection, not able to clear it. Now 12 seconds. Diego Pinto getting an early run for the Crunch. Handball it looked like to control that one, but the Mustangs still on it. Najar looking to clear with 2-1, and that buzzer sounds as we hit the first quarter break. We will step aside for some messages here from the Soccer Sportsplex with the Crunch leading the Chicago Mustangs 2-0. Gianluca and myself, Kevin R, will be back here in just a moment.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
And back here inside the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio, the home of the Cleveland Crunch for MLIS soccer action on the Go Live Sportscast. Also, audio being fed to our friends, WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, AM 1320 in our Lorain County, of course, streaming at WOBLradio.com. Courtesy, all sponsored by Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village. And we thank also Tracy's Karate. We're at Tracy's Karate, you're never average. Unlike typical group classes that cater to the middle level, Tracy offers individual instruction tailored to your skill level. Whether you're a beginner or advanced, you'll get the personalized attention you need to progress at your own pace. Contact Sensei Ken Dasik for more information and mention Crunch for a special offer. Visit www.tracyskarateBrunswick.com. That's Tracy's with an S, KarateBrunswick.com to learn more as we wait on the Mustangs to exit their huddle, taking a little bit more time. The Crunch are ready to go with Mikey Derzic, Aiden Bozak, Bobby Chanchar, Admir Suljevic, Dave Jordan, and Mario Musa, so starters back. Want to make one correction. Little blocked out up here were we on that first goal. I only was able to see a ball go in the back of the net and Mikey Derzic celebrating, but Mikey Derzic setting up Aiden Bozak for the first goal. So credit Bozak with that goal. I want to apologize sincerely on behalf of myself to the Bozak family. That is my mistake, and I will take that, of course, on the chin. But Aiden Bozak gets his third goal on the year. Mikey, his fourth assist. The other goal scored by Parker Cesar off a beautiful assist from McCain Spragling. So we sit 2-0 at the start of the second quarter. Crunch and Mustangs will switch sides. This time, Crunch will go left to right and be shooting right below us where our broadcast perch is here this evening. Crunch at 3-0, Mustangs at 2-1. Always a tight battle between these two teams as the Mustangs look to go the other way. Good defense by Suljevic. Bozak losing control, and they will collect, will the Mustangs. Again, apologies to Mustangs fans joining us here tonight. Official roster, what we thought official roster was when we got here and put everything together, had certain numbers on them, and now we see a lot of different numbers for the Mustangs out there here this evening.
Sabanovic just losing the ball there. Again, this Cleveland Crunch team almost constricting every single time that the Mustangs try to enter their attacking third. It's a very slow, methodical close in, and they have a very serious lack of options in the final third. They've been confident. They've been taking care of the ball up until that point, and it's really been just radio static up front.
13:44, second quarter. Cleveland 2, Chicago 0. Early in this one. Jordan defending along the far wall. A rip coming in just over the outstretched arm of Musa. And they will continue the attack, will the Mustangs. As they will make a switch. Captain will clap out some instructions. Now posting up on Swan. Go the Mustangs. Spragling coming to help on the errant pass from Correa. Correa had great position on Swan. Swan wasn't letting him get away and turn that easily. Now to the near wall for Jimenez. Far wall to Tellez. Gabriel Piwu defending all the way back to Alexis Garcia, the starting goalkeeper tonight. Came in 1-0 on the year, but now Piwu looking to change that. Tried to go to that far post a little bit wide. No one home on the back post. Garcia allowing 4.47 goals against. He has 11 saves and an 84.6 save percentage on the season. Do want to let you know we had some history on the line here tonight. Not sure if he has been credited with one or not, but as long as Musa collects one save according to our official stat takers here tonight, that'll be 500 and more this season. A rip off the left foot from Chicago goes awry. A great volley attempt, but just not able to get over top of that one. You look at Mario Musa in his career, 33-4, 5.5 goals against. Came in with 499 saves, 73% save percentage. That is why you want Mario Musa healthy and in net if you are a Crunch fan.
Absolutely, and not to mention recording one shutout in his career, which is the only shutout in the Cleveland Crunch history since they returned back in 2020. And that doesn't sound like a big accomplishment, but in the indoor game, when you're facing 3 to 4 times the amount of shots, it is quite the accolade to behold.
So now the Crunch looking to stay on the attack. Chanchar will collect back in his own defensive half. Musa comes for an outlet, and things settle down as we get back underway. Jerry Perez joined by Antonio Caldera. Trying to play in that midfield, trying to win the ball against this talented, deep roster of the Crunch. Jordan lets that one roll up his chest, collects. Now Cesar right below us. Couple step overs, double team comes. Down to the turf goes Cesar, nothing doing. Going down a little too easily for the officials' liking. So they just let it play on. 10:55 to go, still 2-0 Crunch. Janis Schmidt off the bench, along with Mikey Derizic returning. Jordan, good pressure there, forcing the Mustangs back deep into their own half. Cesar on the sprint, almost got that one, but Jordan is there. Schmidt, they got a 3-on-2, now 3-on-3. Tried to tip it over to Jordan for a header, did Cesar, couldn't do it. Schmidt, little deflected pass over to Cesar. But the Crunch stay on the attack, and they'll reset with Bobby Chanchar. And Admir Suljevic off the bench, leading many of the stat categories here early in the league, trying to defend that MVP campaign he had last year.
Had a total of 10 points in the home opener, sitting with 13 goals, 9 assists, 22 points total this year. Absolutely fantastic. A guy that has been the center point and is among the greats now. I believe he's either 9th or 8th all time in points with the Cleveland Crunch, including all of the legends in the past that kind of paved the way for the rebirth of the team back in 2020. I mean, Admir's as good as you can get.
Of course, Admir knows coming into this one, goals are going to be at the premium. Both teams very strong defensively. As Sabanovic tried to turn on Swan, not able to do so. And Musa looking for that long outlet that he has perfected in his time, has 13 assists on his career off that outlet.
Officials missed that one. A bit of a blatant push to the back of Mikey Derizic there, but Crunch still with possession.
Bozak loses it, and now Suljevic will try to high press. That one there for Najar to Derizic, trying to get some space here. Good clearance. And great job there by the Mustangs, but all 4 of their 5 field players inside the box, not able to do anything with that open green turf on the other side. 9:02. Clock continues to tick towards halftime. 2-0, pretty even both ways throughout. Crunch capitalizing on 2 great opportunities tonight. Not a lot of fouls being called. If we do get to 6 fouls, each 6th foul by each team, that results in a penalty kick for the opponent. But not a lot of that. A lot of contact being allowed to play against these rivals. That one will go in. It was kind of swirling on the goal mount behind Musa. It somehow squirted behind him. And then Brendan Swan trying to clear, kind of tipped off his foot, it looked like. Not sure who they'll give credit to, who's closest for the Mustangs, but Brendan Swan was trying to clear and may have aided that one going in the back of the net. So 2-1, Mustangs feeling a little energy on their sideline.
Yeah, and that's just a really powerful hit. It's nearly impossible to beat Mario Musa at the front post, so sometimes the best solution is to just kick the ball as hard as you can and hope for the best. In that instance, it's worked. I mean, the Mustangs' opportunities have been relatively hard to come by tonight, but they've maximized that one, and now they've made this one a little bit more interesting, 2-1.
So the Crunch feeling a little bit of that pressure. Mustangs starting to push their high press a little bit further up the field, feeling that energy. Adrenaline can do some crazy things for you, especially in an indoor game where it takes very short amount of time to get from one end to the other. About halfway through the second quarter, now 2-1 Mustangs have cut into the deficit. We'll have to get official scoring at halftime if any of the Mustangs will get credit or if there will be an own goal put down, which you always hate to see. But Brendan Swan, you can't fault the effort trying to clear that one. Just a weird spin along that painted line in the goal mount as he was trying to reach out for it, do everything he can to help Mario Musa. Now Najjar against two. Mustangs win it. Mutemwa comes to help. Jordan at midfield will collect. Coming to the right below us, Sammy Mutemwa off the wall, spraggling, couldn't collect it, couldn't get a volley off, came a little bit hot off the wall. But again, Johnny on the spot are the Crunch. They reset it and rotate some fresh legs. Najjar right off, Mutemwa, great run, tried to step over and spin. Then to Derzic, he's got space. First touch goes just behind him, and then the Mustangs able to go the other way. Crunch will retreat this time. They won't keep the high press. Derzic will sit right at midfield. 6:38 left here in the quarter as Javi Garcia looks to start the attack for the Mustangs. Our DJ and PA announcer get the crowd energized. Little tense moments there as the Mustangs, closest anybody has been to this Crunch team, especially even this deep into the game. And if you say it's not that deep into the game, you're right. The Crunch have been able to capitalize on all of their scoring opportunities in other games. Tonight, Mustangs doing just enough to keep them at bay. Swan now with it for the Crunch in their white uniforms. Mustangs with three players right at midfield. Swan tried to send Giannis Schmidt on a run. Too many dark blue jerseys there in the way. Schmidt press, almost got his foot to that one. Garcia's gonna have to try to collect and clear further. He's out of his net. Can the Crunch get an opportunity? They cannot, and a great job from the Mustangs helping out their keeper. High press, and now a set piece opportunity for the Crunch. 5.5 left, and a timeout will come with 5:30 left here in quarter number 2 from the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio. Some arguments going on amongst the Chicago Mustangs between their goalkeeper and some of their players, but calmer heads prevail, and they will go into their timeout as well. And a great time to thank AmeriCab, another great partner of the Cleveland Crunch. If you need a ride, I see them all over the place. I work downtown in downtown Cleveland. I am telling you, if you are in this area, AmeriCab is the one to trust. They are all over the place. I see people taking rides with them. One of the most affordable ways to travel. AmeriCab Transportation offers safe, reliable, as we just said, affordable travel choices. They're available 24/7. Who does that? You know, who does that? They have people ready to go at any time of day, so make sure you take advantage of ride-sharing abilities with AmeriCab. From airport trips, special events, to non-emergency medical transportation, they've got you covered. Book online or call 216-881-1111. That's 216-881-1111 today. AmeriCab, Cleveland's trusted transportation partner. Kevin Arnold alongside Gianluca Di Giacomo here for the Crunch version of MLIS Go Live Sportscast broadcast here tonight, and of course streaming audio on Lorain County Country WOBL Radio 107.7 FM AM 1320. All thanks to the great people over at Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village. Gianluca, a different story here in the second quarter. Not many opportunities for the Crunch, and the Mustangs capitalizing when they could on an opportunity in front of net, possibly with the help of a poor clearance off the line.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like the Mustangs' look to this game. Of course, they always paint themselves as a fast-paced team, pushing a lot of guys forward, but today they've definitely shied away from that. They're pushing a lot of guys back, and although that is hull to the counterattack, I mean, they are staying neck and neck with this Cleveland Crunch team. Only 2-1. I mean, at this point in other games, it's been catastrophic for opposing teams, so you got to commend how well they've been doing.
Sojovic on the restart, on the free kick. Set piece, had a great play set up for Jordan, just couldn't get over top, and that one goes into the netting just above the goal mount for Alexis Garcia and the Mustangs as they look to try to tie this one up. As you said, Gianluca, a great effort from the Mustangs, a much more controlled effort from them here tonight. They have a lot of speed, but they know the speed from the crunch. They have tried to add to that every single season, seeing teams like Chicago in that first year, things like that, trying to make sure they have all bases covered. Mustangs seeing that speed, trying to play a little bit more conservative and go on the attack, the counterattack with that speed today. Free kick off the net for Chicago. Come all the way back over midfield. Gabriel Piwu, joined by Dave Jordan, Admir Suljevic, Bobby Chanchar, Aiden Bozak. One of the goal scorers here tonight, AJ Sabanovic, almost put that one to the far post for the Mustangs to tie it up, but it luckily skirts all the way across and all the way down. As Suljevic does some defending along the wall, Piwu tries to come collect, and again, we have another stuck situation. This one doesn't last as long in the first as it did in the first quarter. Bozak, good first touch, looking for an outlet, reset to Chanchar. At midfield, off to our left. Bozak sees two, almost megged his way through, but cannot, and now a 2-on-2 counterattack opportunity off the wall to himself, not able to do so. Were the Mustangs. They stay on it. And here come the crunch as the Mustangs get in the ear of the officials right below us. Starting to see a little bit more of that tension as we get in closer to halftime. Mustangs staying in this one against, again, a very high-powered offense for the crunch.
Also, you got to hand it to Dario Gamboa on that attack. Playing the ball against the wall on an attacking chance, it's a very fine art. And, I mean, the fact that he's almost made that one work from that angle with 2 or 3 guys on his backside, that's really good stuff. Again, another testament to how good this Mustangs team is.
Great strength from Jerry Perez to win that one from Minnick, but not able to get any sort of attack going. So it'll be Garcia and Orozco looking to start it deep in their own half. 3:36, 2-1 crunch. Crunch with goals from Aiden Bozak and Parker Cesar here tonight. We're still awaiting official word from the scores table on who will get credit for the goal for the Mustangs. Also awaiting official roster as some of the numbers had changed. They may have brought some other numbered jerseys. I'm sure the players are the same. We'll figure out who's wearing what number at halftime. Mutemwa, great strength at midfield. And then felt like he got pulled back. Decided to try to hold up on that one. Thought he was going to get the call, did not. And here come the Mustangs. Rip off the wall, and as going crashing back go the Mustangs. There was even attack there between Spragling and the Mustangs player in that deep corner. As he kind of went for the shot, Gianluca, it looked like he kind of got himself off balance, and kind of as he came down, that slick turf down there kind of slid backwards. And any sort of head injury or possible head injury, you have to take that seriously. And getting attended to by the physicians here. Desmond Holmes on the far side. Of course, our friends over at Metro Health do a great job of keeping all of the athletes that come here to the Sportsplex healthy and safe, and allowing them the best opportunity to continue to play here tonight. 2:54, a stop clock situation.
Yeah, by the looks of it, it looks like he might have kind of bumped heads with McCain Spragling there, because as he went down, Spragling kind of tumbled to the ground holding his head as well. So assuming maybe when he ripped the shot off as he was going forward, they might have collided, but hard to tell from over there. It's a really slippery slope, like you said, against the wall. Sometimes the landing space can be a really iffy tale, and let's just hope he's okay.
Anytime you see an injury like that, there's never any easy way to transition, but we just mentioned our friends over at Metro Health, so why not talk to them, talk to all of you about the great people at Metro Health, as Mustangs are up and a yellow card will be issued. Boy, oh boy, that is a rough way to come out of an injury situation, to then get a yellow card. They will not have to play a man down, will the Mustangs, but they will be without that player for the next 5 minutes. But with Metro Health, injured while exercising or playing sports, Metro Health Sports Medicine team is here to help as the exclusive medical provider of the Cleveland Crunch. We know what it takes to get athletes back in action, from concussions to ankle, knee, shoulder, spine injuries. Our doctors, therapists, and trainers develop personalized plans to get you moving again. Visit metrohealth.org/sportsmedicine or call 216-95-SPORT today. Metro Health Sports Medicine, proudly keeping the Crunch and our community in the game. Officials during this break here also having a talk with the Mustangs head coach Armando Gamboa, with the yellow card issued to his team. And again, they'll be without a player, but with the roster numbers we have, I see a number 8. I don't have a number 8 listed. Oh, actually, Gabriel Jurado. That was Jurado that would be given the yellow card there. Not reading my own handwriting here.
It happens, man.
That's how it goes sometimes. We're here to talk, not write a thesis statement.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Gabriel Jurado, one of their starters actually, 2 goals, 1 assist on the year. One of their key pieces to get the offense going, will not be able to play for the next 5 minutes in this one, but it will stay even strength. If there's a blue card, that is 2 minutes to the bench and a power play opportunity. Armando Gamboa still arguing his case for Jurado, thinking that Spragling played a role in that injury. Janis Schmidt has an open lane, just tripped over the ball as he was trying to maybe slide that one to Suljevic or slide it back post. Just didn't get all of it, foot kind of caught in that turf.
He was definitely in a state of split minds there. Does he round the keeper to his right, or does he play it to Suljevic on his left? And that's kind of a blessing and a curse of how good Janis Schmidt is in the mental game. I mean, the fact that he sees both of those options in a split second is great, but unfortunately in that instance, couldn't quite make the decision in time.
So Sergei Wozniak on it, the captain, the voice of this team. I've heard him calling out things all night long, has Sergei. For Chicago, AJ Sabanovich. Now, as they look to go the other way, Nestor Dominguez, their leading goal scorer, just searching for a way to make an impact in this one. What a weapon to have as a bench player, your leading scorer, most dangerous scorer coming off the bench to change games. 1:39 left. Here come Chicago. Dominguez with it. Over to the far side. Mustangs willing to hold it here. Wozniak pressured by Schmidt. And Garcia cannot touch that with his hands. Pass back from his teammate. But he does find the outlet to Correa. 1:08 left in the first half, and then a touch goes awry off into that far netting. And went off the chest. Looks like the Crunch were looking for maybe a more central set piece opportunity here with how that ball went out of bounds, but they will not. They will play against that far wall. 1:04 now. Kind of quiet here in the soccer Sportsplex, and a timeout will come from the Crunch as they will look to set up a set piece here tonight. So Crunch leading, 1:04 left here in the first half, 2-1 over the Chicago Mustangs. Crunch looking to get to 4-0. Mustangs looking to play spoiler here tonight, but someone that does not spoil anything, that is Little Apple Apparel. Looking for the cutest baby, toddler, and children's clothing. My wife and I are always looking for clothing for our little toddler. Check out Little Apple Apparel for adorable onesies, trendy outfits, and the perfect holiday or birthday gifts. Available in the Crunch Team Shop on game days and on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/Little Apple Apparel. I will give you that website again, etsy.com/shop/Little Apple Apparel. So make sure you get your apparel today from Little Apple Apparel. My wife and I have been looking at Little Apple Apparel as well in our downtime since the last game. So we thank all of the partners of the Crunch as we take a little bit more time, and as we look at how this game has gone, the Crunch really dominating that first quarter. Gianluca, just not able to put home as many opportunities as we have seen. And now the Mustangs have definitely, I would say, scrapped, muddied up this game a little bit, gotten the crunch off of their game here tonight, especially that quick passing offense, that quick attack. How can the crunch maybe close this out the right way, get themselves a goal going into halftime, and make those adjustments?
I think this is just going to come down to being patient, and I know that might be a dumb thing to say with 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the clock, but what the Mustangs have done, I mean, they started off super conservative, keeping guys back, keeping plenty of bodies behind the ball, and they've tested the waters, and they're slowly starting to push numbers up and put more trust in individuals in the back. And hopefully we find that sweet medium where we can knock in a couple goals before they start pulling bodies back. But, I mean, for now, it's been a pretty hard strategy to break down.
Back underway, again, trying to set up Dave Jordan was Admir Suljevic, but Jordan just not able to get over top of the ball just yet here in this one. 1:02. We tick to a minute, under a minute to go here in the opening half. Crunch holding on to a 2-1 lead. Mustangs going the other way. Dark blue uniforms, light blue numbers. Easy to see the numbers. They're just on their back, so they have to turn their backs to us from where we are here tonight. But Sergei Wozniak jumping, shouting out instructions. And then that one goes free, and a foul will be called as Musa was going down to collect. Not allowing him to do so was Antonio Reyes. So Musa now with 30 seconds left. Can the Crunch mount one more attack before halftime? Jordan, quick stop. Comes over to Najjar, far side, finding Derzic. Can he turn on Wozniak? He cannot, and Garcia comes to collect. 16 seconds now. Mustangs looking for a quick attack. Cesar, and then he will reach out, and that will be a blue card coming to Parker Cesar. So, with 10 seconds left here and 1:50 into the third quarter, Parker Cesar will have his team playing a man down and look to kill this power play for the Mustangs. Crunch have been able to kill all the power plays against them here this season so far. This is a different animal going into halftime. They're going to have to come up with some adjustments if the Mustangs can't get a goal here before the end of the half. 5 seconds left now. Mustangs looking for Nestor Dominguez. That one will hit up in the upper netting. And we'll see if they add a second left. They will add 1 second left. So a shot on goal opportunity for the Mustangs before we hit halftime. And it'll be Nestor Dominguez over top of it. Their leading goal scorer with 5 on the season. And it is a dangerous opportunity at that, right in the middle of the field. 2 people in the wall. Jonas Schmidt. And then that one ripped to the near post by Dominguez, but kind of just hog-tied his own teammate and not able to get a shot off against Musa were the Mustangs. So Crunch go to halftime leading 2-1, but they will continue on the penalty kill. Mustangs with a power play, 1:50 of the third quarter. They will have a man advantage, 5-on-4. So the Crunch have adjustments to make, and they have to set that defense coming out of halftime. For Gianluca Di Giacomo, I'm Kevin Arnold. We will be back for your second half action. I'm sure there's going to be some fun going on. There's a lot of family fun with the Cleveland Crunch. So watch in the background. Crunch leading 2-1 at halftime. A lot of adjustments to make on both sides.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm
Welcome back inside the Soccer Sportsplex here in North Olmsted, Ohio, the home of the Cleveland Crunch and MLIS action as they take on the Chicago Mustangs. A tight one, starting the second half. Crunch only up 2-1. We thank everybody watching on the Go Live Sportscast, courtesy of our friends here with LPV Productions. And also, if you are listening to the audio with our friends, WOBL Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, AM 1320, or streaming at WOBLradio.com, all sponsored by our friends Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village, allowing WOBL to be the official home of Cleveland Crunch Soccer. I am Kevin Arnold, joined by Gianluca Di Giacomo. Gianluca, your thoughts as we hit the second half. What adjustments do we want to see? Remember, the Crunch for the next minute and 50 seconds will be a man down playing 5-on-4 soccer against Chicago.
Yeah, Kevin, I think that this team just needs a little bit more patience in their build-up. You know, in the first 3 games, they've been spoiled with teams that very athletic, very good with soccer, but unfortunately not as familiar with the indoor game, and they leave a lot of space in and behind the defense. The tough thing about this team is it's a double-sided coin. They do push bodies back, but the second you start committing, you know, some defenders up, they're going to kick on that counterattack. It's a very, very difficult system to beat, although it's really kind of annoying, the Cleveland Crunch fan in me, but the soccer fan in me sees a lot of respect in what the Mustangs are doing today. But I'd say my biggest point, just be a little bit more patient, make one person bite. That's all you need, is that one small domino and a couple runs in behind the defense and you'll be all set.
So we start the second half. Crunch, a man down, playing 5-on-4 soccer. Mustangs have done a great job. One of the biggest things they've done is slow down this high-octane offense. Crunch came in averaging 18.3 goals per game, plus 51 in goal differential on the season. That's only 3 games old, and everybody is filling up the stat sheet. So Chicago, you know, you see a talented group when it is a 2-1 match. About 30 more seconds ticking off that power play for the Mustangs. They look to continue to move it. Antonio Reyes will switch sides over to Ibarra. And now Schmidt will look to pressure. About a minute left now. Crunch have killed off half, and then a finish somehow, some way. What a finish. It doesn't matter what you do to get something on it. But Dario Gamboa gets his 4th on the season. 14 minutes left in the third quarter. We are tied at 2.
And that's really good stuff. That's brilliant off-ball movement. You see kind of Najjar with the distraction trying to clog up the center of the pitch. You see Dave Jordan step up a slight bit, take his eyes off of Dario Gamboa for a slight second. And it was a slight flick on in the middle. Mario Musa, nothing he can do about it in between the sticks. And just like that, Kevin, the chances have been far and few in between, but Chicago's got this game tied up.
And that's what you need to do if you're going to muddy up a game, cause the Crunch to face their first bit of adversity this season. But these are the tests that make you into a championship caliber team on both sides. 13:49 left. We are tied at 2 between Cleveland and Chicago. Omar Najjar out there now as the Crunch go away from us right to left. Alexis Garcia in net. AJ Sabanovich was looking for it. Musa wisely just lets that come to him as Gamboa was looking for another one. Gamboa actually got turned around on that pass, and somehow all of the deflection that he got, kind of like in hockey, if you're in front of net and you are playing that shield, you can really wreak havoc and get something. As long as you get something on it, the ball will find the back of the net as it did there. Brendan Swan battling Sabanovich, even hip to hip, and then an extra little tug there from Swan, caught by the official, and it will be a free kick. Full substitutions for the Crunch. Actually, Bozak will stay. Piwu, Mutemwa, Chanchar, and Jordan. Jordan, the captain, following Correa, who's been trying to be one of those pests in front of Musa. Dario Gamboa got to him first. Correa looking to do the same. Alexis Garcia battled by Piwu, then tripped up. Nothing called as they play advantage, and now the blue card will come out with a goal-scoring opportunity. So the Crunch get their own power play goal. The referee wanted to play advantage with the ball at the feet of Bozak, couldn't make any headway, and the goalkeeper, Alexis Garcia, gets the blue card. They are going to have someone serve that. 2 minutes on their bench. The Mustangs can kill off this penalty. It will be 2 minutes for one of their players to fill in for their goalkeeper. You're allowed to put one player in place of the goalkeeper for the blue card. If the Crunch can score, we go back to even strength as soon as that ball goes in the back of the net. So now some discussions, conversations amongst the teams, trying to figure out where did that foul actually happen. Crunch thinking that it happened inside the box. The officials are calling it outside the box. So Alexis Garcia tripped up Gabriel Piwu. And so they have to play a man down with Piwu, only with Garcia to beat. So Garcia will actually have to come out and serve this penalty. So they will bring in their backup goalkeeper, Dennis Luis Arango, for the next 2 minutes. 12:45 left in the third. Tie game 2-2, not a place the Crunch are used to being early in this season. Suljevic over it, sees a three-person wall, finds Minnick just off the near post. Arango got a save. Got his mitts to that one. Goes out to Jordan. So now Crunch will look to set up their power play offense. Something they want to improve on. They haven't had many opportunities, but only converting 18% of the time in their first 3 games. Suljevic over it, playing the point. Jordan with a rip, good block by Ibarra. Now Derizic tried to rip, got up underneath that one. That one just kept continuing to rise instead of staying on a straight trajectory into the goal. 12:08. Well over 30 seconds in to the power play. Jordan with a rip somehow hits the upper 90 of the woodwork, and it stays out. You can't get any closer than that, folks. 11:52 now, and that one will be sent out, and we'll have a set piece right at the top of the half circle. So a more dangerous angle for Suljevic, who tends to put these one home, takes it on his own foot, as you want your MVP to do.
And Derizic taking that shot. That's a great last-ditch defensive effort there from Ibarra.
Suljevic to Jordan again, a block, and Ibarra with the deflection again, helping out his goalkeeper. 1:03 left in the power play. 2-2, 11:48 to go, quarter number 3. You feel that tension starting to rise, Gianluca, and you wouldn't expect anything less between these two teams. Suljevic, Derizic ripped it into the upper netting. Just never got a chance to lean over top of it, and the Crunch try to win it back as quickly as possible. Now a minute killed off the power play. That ball does not touch the upper netting. Nestor Dominguez battling Jordan, as they'll try to play possession game now to kill off more time. 50 seconds left here in the power play. Musa to Jordan. Mustangs with their 4 defenders retreat. Errant pass, and now they look for a shorthanded goal. Musa sees that one go wide off the foot of Dominguez, but this helps the Mustangs get closer to the time for even strength. About 30 seconds left. Jordan wins it, and then he will be called for the foul on the follow through after touching the ball.
You see that frustration penting up. Those errant passes, those are very, very, very slim. You don't see those a whole lot from this Cleveland Crunch team, and you can see some frustration. You know, Derizic not happy with a couple efforts he had up top. Dave Jordan not too happy with his miscommunication with Suljevic. These guys have to keep their heads screwed on straight.
11:08 now. Ibarra to Dominguez as they just play pinball there along the wall. Spragling tries to go the other way, and now Ibarra drags Spragling. A smart foul, a veteran foul from Ibarra.
Absolutely, Ibarra, that's a guy that absolutely is not scared to get his hands dirty. 4 blue cards, 1 red card, #1 in penalty minutes with 15 total penalty minutes this season. For reference, in 5 years of Cleveland Crunch's history, no one has yet cracked 50.
As we are just about 5 seconds away from the Mustangs allowing one more player to get out there. Derzic with a rip, and again, Ibarra with his head tips that one away at the very last second. Ibarra is keeping the Mustangs' hopes alive. Now back to even strength, 10:45 left. Derzic will come, and again, just lifts that one up and out. Seems like we've had that a lot from the Crunch here tonight. We've seen several off the foot of Dave Jordan, several off the foot of Derzic, and now the Crunch in a difficult spot, 10:43 to go. Mustangs really feeling the energy. You feel them on their toes, even ready to come in. Crunch just kind of leaning over their bench line on the other side. They allow that to play on as that one touched the hand of Piru, but the hand was close enough to his body for the officials' liking. 10:21 now, tied 2-2. Sabanovic against Mutemwa, Chanchar. Swan just got enough, and that'll be a corner kick for the Mustangs. Something I noticed, Gianluca, going into halftime. Mustangs running into their locker room. Sabanovic, seen that many times. I've done that many times. Sabanovic took a swing and a miss. Strike one on Sabanovic here. 10-10 to go. I probably struck out more times than I can ever count in my playing days. That's why I'm actually standing up here in the broadcast booth. Piru now, far down the near boards in the corner on the far side of the field. Dispossessed. A lot of one-on-one, one-on-two. Not a lot of quick passing from the Crunch. They've kind of gotten out of sync, out of sorts, and that is credit to the Mustangs defense. Brendan Swan to Sammy Mutemwa. Then over to Schmidt. Schmidt goes down, Mutemwa will collect. Making the point I was. Mustangs into their halftime locker room on the hop. Crunch, even though they were up 2-1, heads down, kind of sauntering into their locker room, and you see that difference in energy to start this third quarter. Bozak off the wall. Piru not able to get a foot to it. Saw it late with a defender in his way. 9:08, 2-2, Crunch and Mustangs. Bozak on the run, only got 2-on-4, playing a couple man down. Cesar with a rip, and again, a block. Alexis Garcia, who returns from that blue card, has to thank his defenders here tonight. Probably owes them a big-time meal. Bozak over it. Jordan with the left foot. He kept that one down. Nothing anybody could do. Dave Jordan gets on the scoreboard. 8:53 to go. 3-2 Crunch.
And we've seen it so many times this season. Dave Jordan, he's old reliable on these free kicks. He always finds a way to have that ball navigate through defenders, in and out of traffic, and eventually into the back of the net. Trusty Captain Dave.
Off the foot of Aiden Bozak. Jordan, that is his 4th goal on the season, 4th assist for Bozak. Bozak with a goal and an assist tonight, making his impact felt. Spragling now, as the Crunch start to feel a momentum, you start to feel them gaining that energy off that goal. When your captain scores, everybody picks up the slack. 8:28 now, Crunch holding on to a 3-2 lead. Crunch have scored double-digit goals in all of their games. They just want to win here tonight. They don't care about keeping that streak alive if it means they get the win. Chanchar over to Pinto. Diego Pinto on the year with 3 goals. No assists, but 3 points. So Pinto definitely a scoring option up top. So much depth, whether it's young or veteran, on this team that the Crunch can go to. They're going to need everybody to see this one home. 7:50 to go in the third quarter. Over to Omar Najjar. To Chanchar. Up to Spragling, looking to turn. He tried to find Pinto, and that one went off the face of Ibarra. People thought it was the hand. Now Jordan trying to add to his goal total. He will retreat to his defender spots and retreat the ball to Chanchar. And Chanchar will go to the bench. Be replaced by Brendan Swan. Admir Suljevic on. Mikey Derizic, along with Janis Schmidt. Joining the goalkeeper, Mario Musa. Looking to go to 3-0 on the season himself. And Admir Suljevic helps the cause! Admir Suljevic makes it 4-2, 7:04 in the third.
And a few minutes ago, Kevin, you could have heard a pin drop in the Soccer Sportsplex. That third goal, a newfound sense of life. This team is finally starting to move and play like themselves again a little bit. And that's a great feat of selflessness there from Mikey Derizic to give that extra pass. And it was only a matter of time before Admir Suljevic tallied on his 14th goal of the season through 4 games.
So that dynamic duo plays dividends again. Yes, there is a new dynamic duo for the Cleveland Crunch, and it is Mikey Derizic and Admir Suljevic. Wow, oh wow, 14 goals already in 4 games. And a guy that came in questionable tonight, and Admir gutting it out for his team and putting that one home, set up perfectly by his buddy, Mikey Derizic. In those great white uniforms with our great sponsor, Freeman, Damiano, and Smith, painted across the front. As you know, accidents happen. Sometimes it's just a fender bender, and sometimes it's much more serious. For 40 years, the attorneys at Freeman, Damiano, and Smith have helped accident victims in Northeast Ohio. They go up against the big insurance companies every day to get the best results for you. If you've been injured in an accident, call Freeman, Damiano, and Smith. If you've been in Northeast Ohio a long time, you know the names Freeman, Damiano, and Smith. That is because they've built a reputation and they have lived up to it. Call them at 216-621-0070. That's 216-621-0070 today. Back underway in just a moment. Off that beautiful 1-2 punch, Mikey Derizic, Admir Suljevic, as we said, Admir 14 goals on the season, 107 in his career. If he hadn't got one already, that save, he's probably well over 500. But tonight, Mario Musa eclipses the 500 save mark in his career. Just a steady, spectacular force for the Crunch. Alexis Garcia putting his name on the map tonight too, but now the Crunch capitalizing on those opportunities. They've answered the power play goal from the Mustangs with 2 of their own. 6:22. Mutemwa trying to get it off the wall. Derizic will come to collect. That one far side, great job on the far post by the Mustangs. Jordan there for the loose change. Trying to get it to Jordan. And then that one does, they will actually say no call, maybe off the hands of both the Crunch and the Mustangs at the same time. Equal play. Mutemwa. You feel that intensity starting to ratchet up as well. Mustangs looking for an answer. They've been sitting back trying to slow down the Crunch. Now the Crunch have them on their heels. Can the Mustangs use that young speed of theirs to again frustrate the Crunch? 5:34. Musa down below us. He will send that one, a bicycle kick attempt just to avoid the 3-line rule. Cesar off the block from Ramon Orozco. Oh my. Actually, they will call that off the Crunch. Thought it got a deflection. I guess it did not. So it'll be a restart for the Mustangs. How that one didn't get deflected, I have no idea.
The Crunch, it's been a bit of a common theme all night, Kevin. They've just been a little overzealous in front of goal. A lot of shots flying into the top. They're opting for power over placement, and that can be a viable option to work with, but within reason. They got to take care of the ball a little bit in front of goal, but still a 4-2 cushion nonetheless.
You coach young kids. Most of the time, placement matters most. The power always makes it look more spectacular, but sometimes power can get in the way of capitalizing on opportunities. 5 minutes now in the third quarter. Crunch 4, Chicago Mustangs 2. A good rip and a goal. Nothing Musa could do. A great diving attempt, but Jerry Perez, what a rip. Upper 90. Take a bow, Jerry. 4 goals on the year. 455 cuts that lead in half.
And again, Kevin, we say it all the time. We're fans of good soccer. That's just good soccer. He didn't set his feet. He had no balance behind his body. He just ripped that one with every ounce of power and passion in his body and nested it perfectly into the top left corner. Mari Musa, nothing he can do. Again, just tip your cap, man.
Tip your cap, absolutely. Like you said, Gianluca, we are fans of this team. That's why we are the home team call for them, along with the original voice, Mark Munch-Bishop, who joins us at times as well. But more so, we all took this on to help grow the game of soccer, help regrow the indoor game here in the city of Cleveland. And if it comes with goals like that, even with the opponents, goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps for just soccer fans everywhere. Take 2, take 3 bows, Jerry, on that one. But the Crunch with an opportunity to try to make it 2-goal lead again on the favored right foot of Admir Suljevic with the ball going out of play.
I can feel the power of Dave Jordan's left foot from up here, Kevin. Let's see if they go to him again.
Been going to him all night. He has capitalized once. Jordan will take it himself. Tried to curl that far side. Little frustration right now from the Crunch, as head coach Antonio Manfoot tells them to stay together. We've been in these kind of situations before. We know how to handle this. McCain Spraggling almost squirted that one from a difficult angle. Jordan, with his left foot, will find Suljevic. Back to Omar Najjar. 3:59 in quarter number 3. We have been treated to a good one here tonight, folks. Buckle up. It is going down to the wire. Najjar with the rip. Great save by Garcia. Alexis Garcia, that is. Derizic from Jordan will collect. Some miscommunication all night long on these passes, and then Jordan was trying to find Spraggling, opened his foot up a little too much, and now AJ Sabanovic on it, wraps the head of Jordan. They allow him to battle along the boards. Right below us, Sabanovic comes out with it. Jordan, with that relentless effort, doesn't allow Sabanovic any sort of room. Suljevic and Wozniak go at it. Wozniak not liking the contact. Both players pushing off of each other. Again, officials allowing a lot to go here tonight. We'll see how that plays in as things stay tight and tensions start to rise even more. 2:53 from the final quarter. Brendan Swan into the match. Down to Chanchar, to Bozak, who has a goal and an assist here tonight. Bozak back heel to Pinto, not able to turn, then tried to flick it with his right foot. Garcia was able to get back in position. He had an angle, just couldn't collect it on his foot. Great read by Chanchar. You'd expect nothing less from one of the league's best defenders. And then Pinto goes down, and it will be a blue card shown to one of the goal scorers for the Mustangs, Dario Gamboa. 2:24 left. Crunch looking for a better effort on their power play this time to close out the third quarter.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, something that's been killing this team offensively all night has been the numbers game. I mean, if they're down a man, ideally you should be able to knock in a goal or two here.
On the power play.
2:24 crunch on the power play, unsuccessful the first time in this quarter. Dario Gamboa, the culprit, did get a power play goal early in this one to tie it up at 2. Now he gets carded. He switched all the way to Jordan. Suljevic, Minnick, Spragling, and Jordan. Spragling goes for the bicycle kick, then Minnick off the wall and not able to squeeze that one past Garcia. No one home on the back post. Throw coming down. Again, avoids the upper netting, but Suljevic's header does not allow the Crunch to get back behind the ball. They have the numbers on defense. 1:51 left, already 30 seconds in this power play. Barely an attempt at goal. Crunch leading 4-3 here in the third. Ibarra over it, left-footed. He'll rip that one off the back of his teammate as Najjar tried to tip that one away. Then the shot off the foot of Javi Garcia goes in the netting. So they will retreat, play defense, trying to kill another penalty here tonight.
Interestingly enough, it looks like we got Admir Suljevic kind of playing as a defender right now next to Dave Jordan, as Omar Najjar just got subbed off for Ryan Minnick. So very interesting approach here. I think they're finally starting to settle in with how defensive Chicago is going.
Under a minute now in this power play. Suljevic goes to the rip. Derazic collects. Jordan, again, they are just throwing bodies, are the Mustangs. That time it was Nestor Dominguez. They are throwing everything but the kitchen sink to stop this attack, and then a pull on the jersey and a flop, an absolute flop on the field from Garcia. That is Javi Garcia. Referee's not having it. And Dave Jordan rips it home on the volley. Oh my word. Sports Center top 10 make it so. 5-3. Dave Jordan, take 5 bows. I'd say young man, but I think we're the same age.
Unbelievable. I mean, there are few human beings on the earth, Kevin, that can contort their body like that, let alone a man that's pushing 40. Incredible.
Wow. 57 seconds left. Dave Jordan with his second on the night. 5-3 crunch. McCain, the train Spragling, set it up. And Jordan, in spectacular fashion, puts it away. You're not gonna see many better than that, especially in tight quarters in the indoor game. And now, looks like they are gonna send someone off of that bench for, and Musa gets a blue card as well. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if there was conversation between Musa and the coach on the sideline. So a sideline blue card for the Mustangs and a blue card to Musa, which probably means like we saw with, we will see Liam McIntosh come in to the match. What a treasure it is to have someone like that as your backup goalkeeper. Mario Musa has to go off. Oh, let's bring in another great goalkeeper in Liam McIntosh, and it just speaks to the depth that this Crunch team has created.
Absolutely, and I think that blue card on the bench was directed towards Javi Garcia, and I'm assuming there was some chirping going on. Again, don't take what we say up here as gospel, but I'm assuming that's relating back to their little altercation off the ball before that majestic goal from Dave Jordan just a couple minutes ago. But nonetheless, Musa's directed to the bench, and it's a rather unfortunate accolade to have, Kevin, but that makes the man the first time in modern Crunch history he's crossed 50 minutes on the penalty threshold.
Boy, oh boy. Not necessarily a stat that you want, but I know he's not happy, but you could tell that the official understood where Musa was coming from. But in that kind of situation, you have to be fair and give that blue card to both. Before those blue cards came out, there was a yellow card shown to someone on the Chicago bench as well. And instead of having that be the thing that stopped them from chirping, they just continued to chirp. So a yellow and a blue card to the Chicago side. Musa gets a blue card for entertaining all of the discussions. So both teams with 4 field players at one time, so 4-on-4. Soccer we get. 57 seconds left in the third. We'll go about a minute into the fourth quarter this way as well. Jordan, high press on Perez, who has a spectacular goal to his name here tonight. Dave Jordan trying to defend, and now a timeout will be called by Alexis Garcia with 31 seconds left as they look to set up an offensive set here with 4 players out there. Of course, not always used to playing that way. You want the other team to be down a man, but when both teams are down a man, you just got to find a way to work that ball around. They will try to do just that. But Metro Health Sports, we've seen there are people out here tonight, and while the action is getting intense, players have been kept healthy. Had a couple players come in questionable tonight, able to go tonight, and that is thanks with the help of Metro Health Sports Medicine, providing expert care for athletes of all ages 7 and up. As the exclusive medical provider of the Cleveland Crunch, we deliver world-class treatment for everything from ankle and knee injuries to shoulder and spine conditions with immediate access to medical, surgical, and rehabilitation specialists. Our team has the experience to keep you moving. Visit metrohealth.org/sportsmedicine or call 216-95-SPORT to learn more. Metro Health Sports Medicine, the Crunch's trusted team, and yours too. As we get ready to get back underway, coming out of the timeout, the Mustangs will go with the extra attacker. So they will designate a field player with a penny, a yellow penny that can add into the attack. So they are setting up their own power play with 31 seconds left here coming out of that timeout.
Interesting strategy. Of course, you want to get the numbers game up, but I mean, I don't think they realize that there are 4 guys on the pitch for the Crunch right now that have had their fair share of impressive long shots throughout the state of their career. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone's going to try it from distance in these couple minutes, Kevin.
10 seconds now. Third quarter, Crunch keeping the Mustangs near midfield. Have not had a shot at goal yet. Liam McIntosh not tested, with Mario Musa having to leave with the blue card. And again, a great job by the Crunch defenders. Mustangs couldn't even muster anything out of that timeout, being up a man. So we will take a quick break going into the final quarter. Buckle up, folks. You are in for a treat. Kevin Arnold alongside Gianluca Di Giacomo will be back for your fourth quarter action right here on the Go Live Sportscast and WOBL Radio.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
in Northeast Ohio, make sure you get that training on the soccer pitch from Antonio Manfoot, the head coach of the Crunch, the head coach of the professional indoor soccer team, willing to help all players of all ages improve their game as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Crunch leading 5-3, and can't bring you this kind of stuff without partners like Freeman, Damiano, and Smith. If you've been in an accident, you know that everyone wants to handle your case. But what's best for you? Choose a law firm you know, one that's been helping the injured for over 45 years here in Ohio. You know us, Freeman, Damiano, and Smith, fighting for you. Back underway. The Mustangs looking to go with that extra attacker again. Crunch stay with Liam McIntosh in goal until the 2 minutes is up. We'll be about a minute into the fourth quarter. We can go back to full strength, and they'll wait for a stoppage in play to get Musa back out there. McIntosh not challenged just yet. Crunch on a de facto penalty kill, doing a great job. 14-25 now. About 30 seconds left or so. Ibarra getting attacked. Schmidt has an open goal. Can he finish? He'll find Najjar. He does! Omar Najjar from Janis Schmidt. Ibarra wasn't sure what he was doing. Schmidt got the loose change. Ibarra looked for a call that didn't come. And Omar Najjar slots it home. 6-3.
And another yellow card for the Mustangs bench. You can see the frustration, but again, Kevin, we talked about it's an interesting strategy to have a field player, wearing that penny out there. Not only the long shots, but how good these guys are on the press. Janis Schmidt has been all over the back line of the Chicago Mustangs team all game long. He has been about a footstep away from taking the ball from a defender nearly a dozen times now. Finally, he gets it. He senses that field player in goal coming behind him, squares it across, and that's a beautiful, composed finish from Omar Najjar. You'd expect nothing less from those two up top. The future of the Cleveland Crunch, if I may label it now.
13:55, still 4-on-4. Looks like we're getting those back to even strength of 5-5. Chanchar out there. Najjar coming to win it. His 7th goal already from a defender spot this season. Definitely taking leaps and bounds from the experience he gained last year. Back 5-on-5. As they have to wait to get that goalie change on both sides. A shot from Nestor Dominguez. And it looks like the Mustangs will stay with that extra attacker, that attacking field player designated as the keeper. 13-21, only down 3. They're gonna look to try to make as much headway as they can. Poor play by Wozniak. And Bozak will get us back underway. Mario Musa returns. Some confusion about which players should be out there, how many players, but we are back to 5-on-5 soccer. One team choosing to keep their keeper. They are up. That is the Cleveland Crunch with 6 goals. The Mustangs keep an extra attacker playing 6-on-5 soccer, only with 3. Crunch have responded to some adversity here. Exactly what you want to see, but here come the Mustangs. Rip off the wall from Korea. And now, Javi Garcia collects Wozniak. Tough to see through that penny which field player they have chosen to designate as the goalkeeper. Get that as soon as we can see that. Mustangs over to Wozniak, the captain. They go right to left. Crunch going left to right. This packed house at the Soccer Sportsplex gets on their feet, cheering on the Crunch. 12-14 left. A rip right into the chest of Dave Jordan. That guy's gonna have some bruises here tonight, but he has a golazo to take home with him tonight as well. 12:07. Here comes Ibarra back out there. Mustangs trail 6-3 to the Cleveland Crunch here at the Soccer Sportsplex, North Olmsted, Ohio. Kevin Arnold alongside Gianluca Di Giacomo, our LPV Productions crew, providing our Go Live sportscast here tonight. Shot coming in, good deflection by Jordan. All the way back. Gianluca, if you end up seeing a number through that yellow penny, you let me know. I don't see colors as well.
I believe that might be number 19, Jerry Perez, if I saw it correctly through his jersey, especially from that last shot that he had that was blocked by Dave Jordan. Very, very similar to the goal that he scored.
Yes, so it does look like Jerry Perez has been designated as the extra field player. Still 11:30 left. Confirmation from our production director, Peter Tillip. We thank him for that. So it is Jerry Perez. Here comes Derzic. Can he finish outside of the right foot? Perez gets down to the ground and collects it. Great save by Perez. Must have a little goalkeeper in his background to trust him in those kind of situations. Again, Kevin Arnold, Gianluca Di Giacomo. Go Live Sportscast, also WOBL Radio, Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, AM 1320, and WOBLradio.com, the official home of Cleveland Crunch Soccer. Thank you to Miller Home in Sheffield Village. Miller Home title in Sheffield Village, allowing the reach of Crunch Soccer to expand, as it should, because Crunch fans are all over the place. I'm sure there's Mustang fans all over as well. Tune into this one. A great effort, a great match by both squads. Crunch capitalizing and getting back to that high tempo offense we have seen, but still sitting at 6 goals. And it looks like we will get a timeout. 10:24 to go. Mustangs choosing to have the extra attacker out there. Can they make a dent in this 3-goal lead for the Crunch? We will find out after the break, but gotta thank Little Apple Apparel. Get the cutest Crunch gear for your little one, plus adorable clothing for other Cleveland sports teams. I know the Cavs are in action as well, looking to stop a 2-game skid, a rare 2-game skid for themselves tonight at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, going against the Houston Rockets. They were trailing by 14, unfortunately, at the half. But Little Apple Apparel offers everything from cozy onesies to stylish outfits for babies, toddlers, kids. Shop now. Listen to the website, Etsy.com. That's ETSY.com/shop/Little Apparel. Etsy.com/shop/Little Apparel. Or grab your favorites at the Crunch Team Shop on game days. And make sure you get those tickets to check out that Little Apple Apparel. Tickets sell out. We're second sellout already this season. 2 home games, 2 sellouts. So get your tickets for the remaining 4 home games, especially next weekend against the Canadian Crusaders. If you are a Crunch fan, get those now at theclevelandcrunch.com, courtesy of Tixer. Coming out of the timeout, Ryan Minnick. Crunch players trying to get some energy in this place. Fans have been on the edge of their seat all night long. We've had Mario Musa eclipse the 500 save mark. Suljovic approaching 200 points in his career. Derzic playing playmaker for others here tonight. 4 goals away from 100, but all he wants is a number 4 in the record tally in the standings, meaning 4-0 for the Crunch, going to 8-1 against the Mustangs. A lot of time left. So now the Crunch with a set piece right in front of us. I am standing directly in line with the referee standing over the ball on that half circle outside the box. Jerry Perez, the field player, now playing goalie. Jordan Derzic just missed the far post. A great set piece I know they've worked on the training pitcher at the Sportsplex. Jordan gets it back. He'll take a rip. Good block by Wozniak. And now, Gabriel Jurado looking for some support. He gets it in AJ Sabanovic, Christopher Correa. Wozniak, Ibarra join, and there's Jerry Perez wearing the yellow penny as the 6th attacking player. Just like you see in hockey, you pull your goalie, try to add that extra attacker when you feel you're within reach. And in the indoor game with 9:40 left, everything is possible. And Jerry Perez, another cracker off the right foot. Musa didn't even see it till it was touching the net. 6-4, Crunch over the Mustangs. Jerry Perez, 9:39 left. That's why you have that extra attacker out there. Like we said, plenty of time. Mustangs gonna try to go the distance this way. Gonna be up to the crunch to get a couple more goals and play the best defense of the season. Ball goes out off of Giannis Schmidt. He's joined by Parker Cesar, Omar Najjar, Dave Jordan, Bobby Chanchar, Mario Musa in net. Jerry Perez on it. 2 goals for him tonight. Looking for one of the stars of the night. Crunch looking for the win. Pull there by Cesar. Well called, even by the official on the far side. Easy call for the official. Just trying to slow down Perez, who's trying to will the Mustangs on his back into this match. 9 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Ari Tellez to Perez. Back to Tellez. Looking for some runners. Chanchar defending up the near wall. Switch of play to Aldo Jimenez. Jimenez gets dispossessed. Giannis Schmidt there. He's been one of those crunch players throwing his body around tonight. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of bruises on the Mustang players tonight. Doing a great job of getting whatever they can outside of their hands on the ball to prevent the crunch from adding to their big-time offensive burst to start the season. Off the wall, Cesar looking to get that one. Great positioning by Jimenez to just take Cesar off his line. .806, ticking 4th quarter clock. Jimenez to Perez. Ibarra looking for it on the near side. Goes away to Jurado. And now Najjar will win it. Great sliding tackle by Wozniak, only as far as Chanchar. Perez able to get back in position. Crunch will try to pressure. Header off the Sabanovic to Jurado. And Jordan, the captain, who else to defend all the way to Musa. Tonight with the 3 that have gone past Musa, it's 2 above his average of about only allowing up 1 goal per game in the first 3. Actually 4 goals here tonight, so well above that average. But especially 2 of them, Gianluca, that is a big tip of the cap to Perez.
100%. He's been fantastic for them, and both of his shots nearly identical. Same angle, same placement, and the same paralyzing effect he got on the keeper, Mario Musa. A tremendous player during the entire course of this match, whether he's on field or in goal.
6:47. How could I even forget? I only gave him credit for 3 goals. They have 4. Bozak, can he chip it off the back of Kern? Just off the far post. Great effort from Kern. He goes sliding away. And here comes Ibarra. Wozniak, the turn from Jurado. Got an open look off the inside of the post and goes out. Woodwork saving the crunch there. 6:10 left. Actually 6:15, excuse me. As we look at the clock to our right, action to our left. Musa slides out to get that one. As misread it at first, but defenders did their job to make sure no Mustangs were in the way. Perez comes out of goal, and a card will come out. And Perez easily gets up. That is not what you want to see. A referee may have gotten duped on that one.
Yeah, hard to tell, and you could tell there's clearly some dramatics there, but the contact there may have still been there. It might have been worthy of a blue card. It's hard to tell from up here, but yeah, nonetheless, definitely some rightful scowls from the audience there for Jerry Perez's theatrics, but doesn't take away from the great game he's had.
Absolutely, and you got to give credit to the officials. They've called it pretty evenly throughout this one. It's been even play on the field, even play in any extracurriculars. The Mustangs would like to have back some of those cards they've received as just a sideline. Guys that aren't even on the pitch, that are arguing with officials and costing some crucial talent from being out there for periods of time, but 5:57 left in the fourth quarter. Not only are the Mustangs up one player, by having Perez in goal, they go on the power play 6v4. While we have some time before the epic close of this one, gotta thank Tracy's Karate once again. If you're looking for martial arts training that puts you first, at Tracy's Karate, we focus on individual instruction to help you reach your full potential. No more average lessons, just progress at your level. To learn more or to get started, contact Sensei Ken Dasik and mention Crunch for a special offer. Visit www.tracyskarateBrunswick.com today. That's www.tracys.karatebrunswick.com. And also thank you to Schnitz Ale. As you see along the far boards there near the Crunch bench where the extra two officials are. Yes, Schnitz Ale has their own Crunch flavor. And they have their logo all over the place. So if you're ever at a game or you're out and you see that Schnitz Ale with the Crunch logo on it, make sure you give that a try. 21 and over, please. And please drink responsibly. We have AmeriCab as another partner. If you're ever out and having too many of those Crunch Schnitz Ales, make sure you call AmeriCab, call a rideshare, and get home safely.
We've got about 6 minutes left. We need you.
Crunch are looking to safely bring this one home, holding on by the skin of their teeth. Blue card, Giannis Schmidt, allows for 6 players on 4 defenders for the Mustangs. They look to cut into the deficit once again. As they switch it to Perez, he's looking for that favored right foot. He is just rocking from every angle here tonight, trying to get an opportunity. And then Jordan goes down, gets caught on the ankle. Crunch looking for the same kind of attention to that type of call. Jordan not getting up as easily as Perez did just a few moments ago. If Jordan stays on the ground, you know there was definitely some extra contact that was not necessary or excessive in that play. Understand the Crunch's frustration, but you have to play through it. If you want to win a championship, these are the types of games that build your character, build the mental side of the game. You get through these, you see these situations again later on in the year. It makes you that much stronger. Musa going for goal. Somehow Perez got his hand up there. Finds Dominguez. Cesar, Najar, and Chanchar defend. Both players not really communicating between Cesar and Chanchar as they had an opportunity. And then the ball just left there. Musa coming out of net, trying to add an extra player out there on the field. And a foul on Musa. Takes exception to the contact from Gerardo. 4:56. We're seeing communication breakdown, as Led Zeppelin once used to say. Tonight, Crunch continue to work through it. Still holding a 6-4 lead, 4:52 left. Still over a minute left in this power play. Mustangs choosing to keep a field player out there to give them a 6th attacker. Gerardo finds a way to get through 6 or 4 Crunch players. Got a shot off, and Musa stands tall. Officials stop play. As issue with the clock, we were at 4:33. It looks like they adjusted to 4:30. We'll see if that's the final tally there. 4.5 minutes. 6-4 Crunch, looking to go to 4-0. Their toughest test of the season here tonight. Perez, great header. Najar actually trying to left foot that one home with Perez out. And referee did not like the quick start with Wozniak and Perez. Perez looking to get that running start. Gonna go against 4 Crunch players, still waiting to get that 5th player back. to be as equal strength as they can be. Mustangs continue. They've been doing this since about the 13-minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. About 9 minutes into that, they still have 4 minutes, over 4 minutes, do the Mustangs. About 30 seconds left. Cesar, can he get a shot off? Looking for the perfect touch. As everyone calls out for him to shoot it, but could not get his feet under him. Tick under 4 minutes to go. Here comes Gamboa, dispossessed. Great job from Cesar to tip it away. Back to even strength are the Crunch, but they will play a man down with Perez out there, designated as the keeper with the penny. Wozniak, great slide by Najjar, just got enough as he ripped a shot. Musa looking for someone to make the run. Got a little frustrated that they were in rotation. Brian Kern takes out Perez. Perez getting that. Gets up a little gingerly this time, taking a lot of hits. Is Perez putting everything on the line for his team.
You could tell Musa was livid because he had Kern in a wide open run. It would have caught Perez greatly off guard, but he just wasn't looking. Tried to compensate for that sprint over and ends up taking out the keeper. Just a little unfortunate there, but can't really blame anyone. It's just really poor timing.
Header, not in the back of the net. Then Musa able there to collect off the deflection. That was a shot from Gerardo. Couldn't see who got that header, but forced Musa into a difficult spot. As he does many times, saving the Crunch there. Crunch sitting on 6 goals, Mustangs at 4. 6 players trying to get a goal, cut into that lead. Jordan tips it away, only as far as Wozniak, still over midfield. Crunch defensive half. Gerardo, great deflection from Jordan, but it will be a set piece. 2:32 to go for the Mustangs in the middle of the field, and a timeout will be called. Boy, oh boy, are we coming down to sweaty palms time, as the great late Fred McLeod always used to say on Cavalier broadcasts. Sweaty palm time it is, 2:32 to go. What is that message in both huddles from Antonio Manfoot of the Crunch and Gamboa, Armando Gamboa of the Mustangs?
For the Crunch, I mean, I think it's just about staying calm. You can see they're up 2. The other team, they only got 2.5 minutes left, but there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anger. You know, that maybe they thought that they should have won this game by a more sizable margin, but nonetheless, I think both teams just got to keep doing what they're doing. In terms of the Mustangs, they are firing shots left and right. A lot of them just either being saved or not quite on target, but they're bringing that pressure. So you got to hope for a lucky break if you're the Mustangs. If you're the Crunch, you just got to hold on for the 3 points.
Good to see Crunch player Kevin Blackwood, who I know is still working through some injuries and stuff like that, out there talking to the officials, supporting his squad here tonight in street clothes. Antonio Manfoot went back to the bench a lot earlier than when the Crunch players dispersed, so that it is all on them. They know what the expectations are. They have to take accountability for when they are struggling, when they are getting a test, but it is the championship caliber teams that come through in moments like this. 2:32 left. Free kick, set piece for the Chicago Mustangs. As Jerry Perez has 2 goals, 2 spectacular goals to his name here tonight, looking for another. Perez stops, rip. Looked like Ibarra tried to shoot that one far post. McCain against Perez, can he win it? Get some help, a tip, just off the near wall. Perez saved by the woodwork again. 2:16, great effort by Spragling, and a great attempt at goal. Now at midfield already are the Mustangs. Over into their offensive half. Ibarra. Try to find Gerardo. Find Perez on the far side. Ibarra and Perez looking to try to find some pockets in the Crunch defense. Under 2 minutes, minute 49 left in the fourth quarter. Gerardo against Chanchar, gets help from Cesar, and then he is dragged back. Again, a very, very smart foul, but not so much as now. It'll be 5-on-5 soccer for the last minute 42. After the blue card to Gerardo, Cesar was on his way towards goal. He prevented any sort of goal-scoring opportunity, thus the blue card, thus the help for the Crunch, as now the Mustangs can no longer play 6-on-5. They have to play straight up. Perez will have to be called into action, more so as a goalkeeper now than he has the whole other 12 minutes they have been in this situation. Crunch will look to run some clock here. Mustangs doing what they're supposed to do. Dominguez coming to pressure. They can't hang back. Can the Mustangs, if they want to get some possessions before the close of the game? Under a minute and a half now. Crunch clinging to a 2-goal lead over the visiting Chicago Mustangs. What's on the line? Mustangs looking to come back, make a statement. Perez off the wall, then Chanchar, little grab over the back. Perez getting that goalkeeper treatment when inside that box. A minute 9. Perez now with the left foot. Great slide by Chanchar. Cesar taken out by Perez. Looked like there was a little contact. They call all ball, then a rip off the foot. Nestor Dominguez collects. Can he get a shot? What a save! Mario Musa at full stretch. 45 seconds now. Can the Crunch see it home? 6-4, 40 seconds. They're gonna need to attack quickly if they're gonna try to get 2 goals off in 30 seconds are the Mustangs. Crunch trying to get their fans on their feet. 25 seconds now. Over to Gamboa. Slide by Dave Jordan. Can Bozak win the race? He looks like he will. He slides it home! Aiden Bozak! What a night! What a night for Aiden Bozak! What a night for the Crunch! The Crunch with the dagger. 14 seconds left. 7-4. Oh my word!
Bozak turning on the burners. Blistering pace down the side. Straggling went for broke. He figured, might as well throw it down there, see what happens. And it's that JCU man, Aiden Bozak, securing his second goal of the night, and that is surely the nail in the coffin with 15 seconds left.
McCain Spraggling with the assists. Give him a couple on the night. And boy, oh boy, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't easy. You have to give so much credit to the Mustangs. This is a matchup to watch moving forward. Plenty more matchups in MLIS. But if this is what we're going to be treated to with these two teams, and we're only 4 games into the season, Perez into the upper netting, 9 seconds left. Keep your eyes on Go Live Sportscast, not just for the Crunch or the Mustangs, all of MLIS. This is the type of action you come to see, and of course those on WOBL Radio, what you come to hear on Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, AM 1320, WOBLradio.com. Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village. We thank them for that sponsorship to make WOBL the official home of Cleveland Crunch Soccer. Kevin Arnold, Gianluca Di Giacomo. Crunch facing a set piece. Wozniak, Sergei Wozniak. He'll get it on the back heel. Deflection, a push from Wozniak on Najar. And Jordan not liking the action between Najar and Sergei. An unnecessary push captain coming in. You'll have to see what kind of action is taken, though, as those two butted heads. And now the Crunch showing their appreciation for the fans. Fans doing likewise. The officials will talk about this with 2 seconds left. Nothing's ever easy. This famous guy once said in Cleveland, nothing is given, everything is earned. I think that guy knew what he was talking about. That's a championship caliber guy, and you are seeing championship caliber soccer. Jordan will get the blue card, so he'll miss the final 2 seconds. But that's the kind of blue card that a coach will take. You still have to have a conversation.
And Wozniak gets a red as well.
Wozniak with a red.
And things just went from bad to worse. I mean,
and the Mustangs are fighting with each other. They're fighting with the officials. Not the type of response you want to see from a team that has put out a heck of an effort here tonight. Alexis Garcia, the starting goalkeeper, kind of fighting Luis Arango, his backup goalkeeper. Arango just trying to play peacemaker over there, trying to prevent anybody else from getting cards that can add up and not allow you to play the rest or part of the rest of the season. You don't want to do anything that hurts your team moving forward. You are only 4 games into your season. You got 8 games left. Both teams need to keep their heads straight. There will be a conversation, I'm sure, with Dave Jordan. But part of that conversation will be, that is what a captain is supposed to do. You come to the aid of your teammates. You show them that type of support within reason. Nothing ever got worse than that. That is the type of championship caliber team. And now a blue card again to Musa, his second of the night.
This is turning into...
This is a disaster at the end of a greatly played match. This is not how either team wanted to see this one finish.
Yeah, you know, the fortunate thing is, you know, it's all blue cards, dissent related. You know, we're not seeing any full-on fistfights, but Wozniak, I mean, he is... You've got to be better than that, because now you're suspended for the next game. This is a team that's going to be moving to 2-2. I mean, which does not do them justice to the quality of this team, don't get me wrong, but he's one of your biggest guys. Wozniak, all intents and purposes, he had a tremendous match tonight.
Absolutely.
That's a huge loss, a big piece that team will not have at their disposal for the next game.
And the effort given by Perez, especially here in the fourth quarter. I want to make sure we mention Jerry Perez and tip our cap to him, not only with golazos off his right foot twice tonight, but to play as the goalkeeper and extra attacker, playing basically the full field for 13 and a half minutes here tonight. Boy, oh boy, that's not how you answer or respond to a teammate that does that for you. But we have finally hit triple zeros. In just a moment, Gianluca Di Giacomo will go talk with a man of the match down on the field. Both teams will, as coaches want to see, show the support on both sides. Good sportsmanship showed. Some of the Mustangs have left. Some of them are staying to congratulate the Crunch players. The Crunch go to 4-0. As some of the Mustang players show appreciation of these Crunch fans. This is the type of atmosphere that these guys want to play in front of. And Jerry Perez down below us, Dario Gamboa, those are 2 of the stars for this Mustangs team, and is going to take them far as they fall to 2-2. The Crunch survive 7-4. Boy, what a match tonight. These fans are on their feet as they should be. We will keep things here for just a little bit for a brief little post-game Ryan Minnick showing love along the glass. Some of the season ticket holders, some of the first-time fans coming out. Plenty of cameras, plenty of celebration to be had, rightfully so. So while we wait for a start of the game to talk to Gianluca Di Giacomo. I am Kevin Arnold, alongside our Go Live Sportscast team, courtesy of LPV Productions, and streaming audio, WOBL Radio, 107.7 FM, AM 1320, WOBLradio.com. Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village, the sponsor of WOBL Radio. Lorain County Country being the official home for Cleveland Crunch Soccer. You got to talk about the fast start from the Crunch. I'm sure there are some opportunities they would have liked to have put home in the first quarter. While they did get 2 goals, starting off with a cracker from Aiden Bozak, they had opportunities for more. The Mustangs were only down 2-0. You felt them build some confidence, seeing a team that came in averaging over 18 goals a game. Yes, 18 goals a game were the Crunch averaging. There's going to be plenty of conversations at training this week. Coach Antonio Manfoot, I'm sure even the players themselves, not necessarily happy with all of the efforts tonight, but they are happiest because they have won their 4th match to start the season. Coach Manfoot goes to 15-3 in his career as the head coach in his 2nd season of the Cleveland Crunch. Mustangs in that second quarter, they really started to slow things down. They really started to push more guys back, and the Crunch just did not continue that fast-paced ball movement, player movement that they like to see. It was a lot of guys going one-on-one, one-on-two, one-on-three, trying to generate some offense themselves. The Mustangs were able to get one in the back of the nets, and then, of course, there was a blue card at the end of the first half that caused the Crunch to be down a man coming out of the halftime break. And Jerry Perez, the guy, the Mr. Everything of the night, just slotted home an absolute cracker of a goal in the upper 90 to make it 2-2. And you could feel the frustration mounting for the Crunch, but with their championship level mentality, they rattled off 2 more goals. As we got to the 4th quarter, it was back and forth. The Crunch went up 6-3. At one point, they were holding on to a 6-4 lead once Perez, who went in as the goalkeeper with 13.5. I want everybody to understand this. He went in as the goalkeeper, the extra attacker. They started with that at 13.5 minutes left of the 4th quarter. It feels like ages ago. And he made it 6-4 with another great goal. Just after we saw Dave Jordan put home one of the best SportsCenter top 10 caliber volleys off his left foot that you will ever see, and I hope that footage gets to the people in Bristol because he absolutely deserves that. He was the captain tonight. And then to close things out, as we were playing with blue cards, yellow cards being shown all over the place, both teams 5-on-5. Bozak beats Perez to the ball and puts it home to make it 7-4. And it looks like we will be joined here in just a second. We'll let him get set up. We will be joined by the captain, Dave Jordan, as kids continue to follow, trying to get his autograph. You deserve to get that autograph. Gianluca Di Giacomo, I send it down to you. Make sure he knows that is SportsCenter top 10 caliber, what we saw tonight.
To get over, but you got the result.
Well, we knew they were going to be a good team. We know that from years of experience playing against them. Armando's a good coach. They have a good organization on that squad, so we knew it was going to be a different type of battle in our first 3 games. So we prepared for them. We understand how they play. We know how we play. So we just needed to step it up a notch and just outwork them.
Absolutely, and I got to talk to you, the elephant in the room, that tremendous goal that you had on the back post off of that cross from McCain Sprague. I mean, that was acrobatics. It brought a tear to Kevin and I's eye upstairs. We called it SportsCenter top 10-esque. I mean, talk me through, what was going on in your mind in those moments?
What's going on in my mind is the first who's hit it over the wall. And I know Mikey, I've been playing with him for a long time. I can know when he's pissed at me. So I had to step it up a little bit, and that was an opportunity for me and executed it.
100%. And moving forward, you guys have an upcoming trilogy with an expansion team that's already kind of shown that they're one of the top quality teams in the league. What are you guys doing physically and mentally to prepare for that span?
Just, training. We you gotta watch film on them, see how they play. They like to play two different types of ways. You just got to work with that. We still got to play our game because, again, we are who we are. We are the Crunch. We know how to play. So they technically got to play for us. So we just have to do what we do, like we came in here tonight, and finish.
100%. That was Captain Dave Jordan. Cleveland Crunch remain undefeated moving forward. Now 4-0. We'll send it back up to you, Kevin.
That was Gianluca Di Giacomo with the captain, Dave Jordan. And yes, a valiant effort from him and the Crunch players tonight to get this win. They've won comfortably in their first three. They knew coming in they were going to get a test, and they absolutely got a test from one of their rivals since they came back. A rival they see every single season in the Chicago Mustangs. They got that test and then some, but the Crunch, with that championship mindset, close it out at the end, and they win 7-4. Before we leave you here tonight, got a lot of thank yous to give out, and of course we thank Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village, bringing the official home of Cleveland Crunch Soccer to WOBL Radio in Lorain County Country, 107.7 FM, AM 1320, and WOBLradio.com. Miller Home Title in Sheffield Village, we thank you so much. Freeman, Damiano, and Smith, Tracy's Karate, Little Apple Apparel, AmeriCab, Metro Health, Schnitz Ale, and so many other partners that help out and make this possible every single season. We thank them. We thank you if you watched on the Go Live Sportscast. Great to have our LPV Productions crew here bringing that live video feed for you, as Ryan Minnick showing love up here as well, but he deserves, and his teammates deserve, all the love. I'm just here to call the action. They are the ones putting out all the effort, as well as Peter Tellup, our production director, Jim Wagner on our roaming camera. That's how you get those shots of the crowd and out there on the field. Jacob Tellup, Spencer Mills on cameras. We thank them so much. I want to thank my partner, Gianluca Di Giacomo. I am Kevin Arnold. Your final score, one more time, from the Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio. The Cleveland Crunch 7, the Chicago Mustangs 4, as the Crunch go to 4-0. The Mustangs fall to 2-2. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Have a great night, great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again right here, the Go Live Sportscast, Crunch Soccer on WOBL Radio.